It's been 3 days since the tragic accident in Morbi. Actually, scratch that. Looking at all the new details that are emerging, we cannot call this an accident anymore. It was plain murder. Let me focus your attention on a new forensic report that has come out on this ill-fated bridge. It reveals two serious lapses. Two lapses that sealed the fate of 135 innocent people who bought their ticket to death. The details that we are putting out are from the Forensic Science Lab and the police. Number one, the contractors only changed the flooring of the suspension bridge. They added more aluminium sheets to reinforce the floor. But what about the cables? They were not even touched. The cables were old and rotting away, yet they were left unchanged. As a result, they could not handle the added weight of these aluminium sheets, plus the number of people who were on the bridge that day. Lapse number two. None of the contractors were quote-unquote qualified for this job. Not our words, I'm just quoting from the forensic report. So if these contractors were not qualified, how did they get the job? Whose hands did they have to grease? The cops, meanwhile, have arrested 9 people connected to the bridge collapse. Amongst them is Oreva manager Deepak Parekh. Do you know what he called the accident in court? He said this was the will of God. Well, try telling that to this family in Morbi. They lost 7 members, including 5 children, on that fateful bridge. Overnight, their entire lives were turned upside down. Times Network's Arunil spoke to the family. One of them summed up this government apathy perfectly. She says, even plastic toys last more than 4 days.
કેપેસિટી બારનું માણા ભર્યો કેટલું 1200 માણા હતું અંદર એટલી કેપેસિટી કોઈ દે નહીં તો કેમ ભર્યા માણાના જીવની કિંમત 70 રૂપિયા જ કરી લોકોએ એ લોકોનું હશે તો ખરો ને આટલા જ માણા જવા દેવાના તો પછી આટલું બધું માણા કેમ જવા દીધું કઈ સિક્યોરિટી નહીં કઈ બચાવ કાર્ય નહીં કાંઈ નહીં કઈ સિક્યોરિટી નહોતી મૂકી કે આવો હાદસો થાય તો આપણે માણાને મૂકીને આગળ કોઈ ટીમ બચાવવાનું આવ્યું અમને 1 કલાક સુધી લઈ પણ કોઈ ન બચાવ્યું અમને લતાવાળા બધા આવ્યા મકરાણીવાસમાંથી ને ખાલી કલાપલોટમાંથી પણ એ લોકોએ કોઈ ન મોકલા બધા ઉભા ઉભા વિડીયો જો ઉતારે ને ફોટા પાડે ને બધાને જોવે પણ બચાવે નહીં કોઈ માણા કેવા વલખા મારે બધું આટું થઈને પણ કોઈ બચાવે મેં 1 કલાક સુધી મારા બધાને જોયા મને કોઈ ન મળ્યા
तो आपसे ये पूछेंगे कि जो इसमें रिस्पॉन्सिबल है जिन्होंने ये सब करवाया है उन पे आप कैसी सजा पाना चाहोगे क्योंकि वो अभी भी भाग रहे हैं
हमारे 7 जन चले गए वो वापस तो नहीं आने वाले तो પછી એવી સજા કરો કે બીજી વખત બને નહીં બનાવો એને એવી સજા જડવી જોઈએ કે કોઈ બીજું આવો કદમ ન ઉઠાવે બનાવવાની વસ્તુ કોઈ નવી વસ્તુ 4 દીમાં ન તૂટે પ્લાસ્ટિકનું રમકડું હોય ને એ ન તૂટે 4 દીમાં તો આવો પુલ કેમ તૂટ્યો 4 દીમાં
Sanjeev Pancholi is the Gujarat BJP spokesperson. On the broadcast today, we have Yashovardhan Azad, who's a former IPS officer, and we have Anuma Acharya, who's the Congress spokesperson. Sanjeev?
Yes.
ये आवाजें गुजरात सरकार को सुनाई दे रही हैं या नहीं सुनाई दे रही हैं? Can they hear what the survivors and what the families who've been left behind are saying? Even a plastic toy, says this woman, lasts for more than 4 days. And this was a bridge made of iron. This bridge did not collapse because it was weak. It collapsed because of apathy and corruption. Sir, ये आवाजें सुनाई दे रही हैं सरकार को?
देखिए, सरकार ने 9 लोगों को गिरफ्तार किया है और उन पर कार्रवाई अभी चल रही है। एक्चुअली वाकया इसीलिए हुआ है कि कैपेसिटी 100 लोगों की थी और 400 लोग ब्रिज पर थे और this is not for the first day. The bridge has started on 26 the new year of Gujarat. And thereafter, more than 10,000 people had been walked through the bridge
Sanjeev
on
ji,
each
we know
day.
all of that. We know all of that. For the last 3 days, all those details have already emerged. There is an SIT report, there is a forensic report. We know all of that. Sanjeev ji, I'm asking you a simple question. Can you hear the cries of the family members who have lost people in their family? In fact, one of your own BJP MP from Rajkot has lost 12 members of his family. Can you hear these cries? And if you can hear these cries, why are you not fixing accountability? Please help me understand that.
We do
Where is
understand. We, the
Jaisukh
BJP,
Bhai Patel? The MD of Oreva Group, sir, please tell me. Why the
we
love?
do
Why this
understand,
love
and
for Jaisukh Bhai Patel, the
yeah,
MD of the Oreva Group? He has now been named in
actually,
court by witness number 1. Where is he? Where is he?
you need to understand.
You know what
You need
Mr.
to
Zalala
understand
has said? The municipality commissioner. Sir, just a minute. Sir, just a minute. You know what Mr. Zalala, the municipal commissioner, has said? He has said, I only found out that the bridge was functional on 29th. He says, this is a huge municipality. We cannot be in the know of everything that happens here. Why is this man still in his job? Why has he not been named in the FIR?
Your
Why
voice
has
is audio
Jaisukh
is
Bhai
not clear
Patel
to
not
me.
been named in the FIR? Where are they?
I'm not listening you
Sir,
very
can
well.
you hear me now?
Your-
Sir, can you hear me now, sir?
I'm not listening you very well. Your voice is breaking.
Okay.
Hello.
We'll try and fix it for you, sir. Give us a moment.
Please.
Give us a moment. We'll try and fix it. Anuma Acharya, would you want to come in here?
First of all, accept my
Because for the
sincere
last
appreciation.
48 hours, look, on day one, just give me a minute. On day one, I know that, you know, when such a tragedy has happened, no one in their right minds will ask questions about accountability, because this is a national tragedy that played out, and we didn't ask questions on accountability or you know, who's responsible, because we know that rescue efforts at that point of time, the search operations at that point of time needed to be focused upon. It's been 72 hours. And yet we know that the 9 people that Mr. Sanjeev Pancholi is talking about are just the small fish who've been arrested. We know those are not the guys to blame. We know there is political involvement. We know that hands have been greased in the giving of this contract. We know that there has been a criminal lapse by the municipality. And of course, there is blood on the hands of Jaisukh Bhai Patel. This blood of 135 people is on his hands and the hands of his company.
Accept my sincere appreciation for keeping this issue alive. This is one man-made disastrous lapse which will never be forgotten and forgiven by a country. Oreva Company was a wristwatch manufacturer. And you also know that there was no tendering for this maintenance contract. Only single bid was sought in the month of January, and in the month of March, the contract was awarded. You know what? You are blaming Jaisukh Bhai Patel, who is prima facie, who is the person who is to be blamed. But why are you not blaming the government of Gujarat? Why not the department? Why not the collector, the administration, and above all, the minister over there, who is supposed to be maintaining and who should have all these records that everything is functioning properly? Now, here in this particular case, people's life has been compromised. And this cable was rusted. It was not load tested. They have put some extra sheets, as you said. But in the FIR, no one is named. The FIR is such. And then I must tell you one thing. Today you are giving one particular, I mean, I should not say an excuse, but it is an excuse that we could not cover at that time, and why should we ask questions when the rescue efforts are going on, and why not? I would not give even 50%, not even passing mark to mainstream media, barring 1 or 2. And all the YouTubers, I'll give 100% credit. that they have talked, they have spoken about it. They have even brought out how when Prime Minister was to come, everybody, the entire staff of the hospital management, they all were busy in cleaning up and whitewashing and things like that, at the cost of discomfort of the people who were admitted over there. So you can't say that at that time we did not ask, but I am happy. I once again appreciate that you are keeping the issue alive. And then please do not relieve these people who are in the government. Don't say that it is only that company. The company is a wristwatch manufacturer. How that company can be awarded a contract? And I must tell you one more thing before I close my statement, that BJP is good at two things. One is publicity and second is ad hocism. You tell me, from demonetization to GST implementation to abrogation of 370 to formulas making to Agnipath, all the schemes are all ad hoc schemes. Nowhere there is a proper policy, discussion, it has been tabled.
Sanjeev ji, okay, I think you've made your point. Sanjeev ji. I hope you can hear me loud and clear now.
Yes.
Wing Commander Anuma Acharya is asking a pertinent question. She's asking me, why are you just blaming the municipality of Morbi and why are you just blaming Oreva company's owner Jaisukh Bhai Patel? The actual culprits, the actual villains are the politicians. You need to answer as well. The BJP needs to answer as well. How could a contract, such sensitive a contract, go to someone who has zero experience, sir, in construction? Watchmakers, they make calculators. They are good at making watches and CFL bulbs. How did it go to them without a tendering process? How was there no audit, structural audit, before this bridge was handed over to them? Were there no checks happening about what was happening in the last 5 months during the renovation? My God, sir, this does not even take an SIT or a forensic lab to figure out what happened here.
Madam, should I answer now? Did you completed your conversation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
If you bought a car who has a sitting capacity of a 5%, and if you can sit with the 15 people, what will be the tire position of your car? If you have a lift in your apartment, if the lift have a capacity of a 4%, and if the 10 people will sit in a lift, then what will be the possibility of the lift?
He's digressing.
We do understand that we have a responsibility and we admit it. But why don't you understand? But why don't you understand?
What are you saying? Sanjeev ji, what are you saying? Are you blaming the people on the bridge for their own death? Ek minute, Anuma ji. Are you blaming the people on the bridge for their own death?
I am blaming the people, the manager who is on the Oreva's ground. See, the manager and the staff of the 9 people, where they have just taken everything taken granted, and that's why the thing has been happened.
You know what your SIT report has said. आपकी government, आपकी सरकार की report ने क्या बोला है?
नहीं, मेरी
that this bridge was thrown open. गुजरात की सरकार की रिपोर्ट है. BJP is in power there. Do you know what the SIT report has said, sir? एक मिनट. Do you know what the SIT report has said? The SIT report has said that this bridge was thrown, a substandard material was used to fix this bridge. सबसे पहले. Were there no taps that the municipality or the government was keeping? Clearly not. Secondly, the SIT report says, sir, secondly, the report says that this bridge was thrown open before its time. There was still time for it to open to cash in on the Diwali rush. Now, are you telling me that a security guard at the bridge or a lowly clerk or a director whose actual job is media management and not managing a bridge are the ones who have taken a call to open this bridge to the public on Gujarati New Year? Are you telling them that they are the ones who have unilaterally taken this decision? No.
We admit each and everything.
And
that bridge was not
this is a decision that was taken by the top management of the company,
It was a renovated.
possibly with the agreement of the municipality.
On with the planks. The aluminum planks has been changed. Not the previously it has a wooden planks.
We
and
know
the
that.
aluminum has been planked.
We know that.
Replaced. And the capacity
We know
of
that,
the bridge is
which
for
is why
100%.
what was the Morbi municipality and the government doing? We know that. We know they were doing a shoddy job.
Absolutely, there you are. There you are. Absolutely, there you are. It is a question of each and every people. Everybody has taken this on overconfidence. Not even any BJP MLA, not even any congressman, not even the police. Nobody has stopped these things. So it has been happened due to the mistaken by the people as well as the people who are taking care at the ticket windows and as well as the security. All these people are responsible, and we do admit.
Mr. Sanjeev, I want to ask you once again. I'm running out of time. Yashovardhan Azad is also with us, but again, I'm asking you. You're actually blaming the people who were on the bridge for their death. That why did so many of them go there?
I am not blaming the people, but I am blaming the people who were running, who were the contractors.
Okay, Mr. Azad, would you want to come in here? You've seen enough information come out from Gujarat now.
I wanted to
the
come in.
Gujarat Chief Minister, of course, has not spoken on the issue.
I wanted to come in.
Please do, Mr. Azad. I can see
perspective because I have been speaking on it for the last 2 days, and I have said that the whole entire inquiry could have been done in 3 hours to expose the people who are actually culpable. Number one, the first set of people who need to be hauled up are the ones who gave the contract. Now, I was told that this contract was without tenders because it was a CSR project. It was a CSR project for 15-year maintenance where the entire repair work will be done by the company, and for 15 years, they will keep taking the revenue. So I don't understand what kind of a CSR it was. So the competency of the firm involved, who gave the clearance for it, that's number one. Number two, who gave the administrative approval or the technical clearance, that is called the completion certificate. That is again the municipality. Number three, you cannot open a project to the public of this scale, a heritage project of 150 years, without the authority of the municipality. So if Mr. Jhala says that this was opened without his consent, he's lying. He's the one to be hauled up. In fact, the government and the minister concerned, he's the one who should be hauled up also, because you can't just open a bridge before time and before Diwali just to appease the public. And therefore, these are the 3 sets of people who can be hauled up immediately, which was not done. This could have been done in the 3 hours. The next set, there is a point to what Mr. Pancholi is saying, that there is always a capacity for the bridge. Now, that is something which has to be handled at a particular time by the people who are allowing these entries. So again, it is a failure. It is a failure of the municipality to administer. It's a failure of the municipality to give tender and also to allow such a shoddy work, which you have said. Now, Shreya, what I think is there was no need for this SIT. There was no need. This is an engineering work, and this is an administrative thing which could have been exposed in the first 3 days. Now, the entire thing is fudging. It was absolutely heart-rending hearing, the interviews of that lady who has just lost her own loved ones because of ineptitude, because of crass negligence. And this kind of thing is abominable. I mean, it's something which is so sad that something could have been exposed, arrested, caught people, and there is no one but security guards to take the blame.
If Mr. Pancholi, if this ends up being a cover job, early days maybe, but if this ends up being a cover job, I don't know if the people of Gujarat will forgive you or not. And if the people of this country will forgive you or not. We'll leave it there for the moment. Thank you very much. Mr. Pancholi, I knew you knew that you'd face tough questions, and yet you were here. So we appreciate that of the BJP. Thank you very much. Mr. Azad, thank you for putting this in perspective. And of course, Wing Commander Anuma Acharya, thank you very much for your voice as well. With that, it's a wrap from me.